Here's a question for you. What would happen if I have Summon Bahamut that also has 2 lore counters on it, and I choose to mutate onto that enchantment creature Saga? Does it still gain lore counters? Is it sacrificed as soon as it reaches its final chapter ability? How does this all work? If you had a Saga enchantment creature and chose to mutate over the top, then it's no longer a Saga. Since it's no longer a Saga, it will no longer get lore counters as your pre-combat main phase begins, but it still has its chapter abilities. Let's then say I gain another lore counter by proliferating. Would I get that next chapter's effect? Chapter abilities are written in the rules as RN effect, which means when one or more lore counters are put onto this saga, if the number of lore counters on it was less than N and became at least N, you gain this effect. If you had a Saga enchantment creature that is also mutated over the top with 1 lore counter, you then proliferate that lore counter to 2, you would still receive that chapter's effect. Okay, what happens if I were to proliferate the mutated Saga creature to its final chapter, though? Usually a Saga follows CR 714.4 if the number of lore counters on a Saga permanent is greater than or equal to its final chapter number and it isn't the source of a chapter ability that is triggered but not yet left the stack, that Saga's controller sacrifices it. This state-based action doesn't use the stack, but since the mutated Saga isn't a Saga permanent anymore, just a mutated creature with chapter abilities, you will not have to sacrifice the Saga when it reaches its final chapter, and you would also trigger that final chapter ability.